New Orleans Pelicans look to accomplish something tonight. They are in the semifinals of this new in-season tournament. First Take is speaking about it as we speak. Austin Rivers is an ESPN analyst now. That's awesome. Austin Rivers cleaning up pretty nice. I actually kind of enjoy his podcast. He's fiery. He has good opinions. But they are breaking down that game the same way we are. And as it stands, the Lakers are 1.5-point favorite. And I found this article from Christian Clark that I'm about to cite. I encourage you all to go read it, that pretty much previews this game tonight and talks about a conversation Willie Green had with the media yesterday. So the Lakers, in whatever their stadium's called, Staples, Crypto, whatever you want to call it, they have 17 banners, right? 17 championship banners. And if they win this tournament, they're not going to add an 18th, I don't think, just for an in-season tournament. But Willie Green was asked yesterday if the Pelicans are to win this, a franchise that has never made it past the second round, one of two NBA teams to never even reach the conference finals, will you hang a banner if the Pelicans win this tournament? And Willie Green said, absolutely. How do I feel about that as a Pelicans fan? I don't love it, man. Honestly, like, if you're going to do that, you might as well bring back the division title championship from 2008, just because that's kind of sad. I think it's more of a bad look than a good look. And I get the point of some people like Grant, who I know has thoughts on this. But to me, it's like, we're not going to win the real championship. I don't want to flex this smaller championship where you only need to win, 5 games in a row to bring it home. Like, I want the Pelicans to win this thing for sure. As a season ticket holder, I'm pretty sure I have a chance to win a share of $1 million if the Pelicans win this. So there's personal stake in it for me. But I don't love the idea of hanging a banner if the Pelicans win this thing. If they do, you need to bring back the 2008 division title banner, the only one the Pelicans had for a long time. And you need to re-retire Pistol Pete's number 7 jersey, which was hanging in New Orleans Arena / Smoothie King Center for a long time. But no, I hope the Pelicans win, but I do not like the idea of hanging a banner. What do y'all think?
Mario, I want them to win just because I know how mad you're going to be if they hang the banner. And look, you say you're mad. Mario Jerez, you guys book this, okay? Mark it down. Mario Jerez will be shirtless at the parade, chest painted, if they win this title. No, in all seriousness, like, Mario has been very outspoken about not wanting to hang a banner. I agree with you on this wholeheartedly, Mario. I mean, we talked about how cringe it is that Ole Miss has a 2023 SEC West championship when, in fact, LSU won the 2023 SEC West championship and a national title that year. I'm with you. However, if they hang the banner, like you just said, can they just put on it, we won 5 in a row?
And Grant, I know you had kind of an opposite opinion here. How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 24.
You're 24. Okay, so 2008, that would have made you how old? That was 15 years ago.
I was 9 or 10.
9
and
or 10.
I remember it. I still remember it to this day.
Those are the happiest times in your life as a Pelicans fan, and even despite that, you would be okay with this banner.
No. I would be very excited about it. I unironically think it would be a really cool thing, but I am not asking for like a banner to go up because of it. Because in the end, it's year one of this. We don't know how serious teams are taking it. I don't think we will know for several years. And even if we do, it's not the real thing. It's not like, I mean, like you said, making it to a conference semis, winning the division, like, that is undeniably like a much bigger thing than this is. And you want to be hanging banners up for the real thing. Now, with that said, if we get it done, I'm gonna be hyped, and I won't want a banner, but I will be celebrating. I'll be pretty excited.
As you
Mario,
should be.
can we get the same company that made UCF's 2017 national championship banner?
Yes, we can. They were in a meme the other day. I forget. Oh yeah, Florida State should crown themselves national champions just like UCF did. So yes, we can do that, Taylor. But I'm still excited for this game tonight. I was hoping it was going to be the Lakers, not off of, the blown call in the game against Phoenix, but I won't call this a rivalry because that would just lack context. I think it would be a little dumb, but I will say the last 3 seasons, these games have been really intense. Like Brandon Ingram, say what you want about him. I guess you could still make the argument that Anthony Davis is the better player. However, I don't think that's going to last much longer. I think in the next few years, Anthony Davis will not be as good a player as Brandon Ingram will, and he'll be currently, at that time, the best player from that trade between the Lakers and the Pelicans that sent Anthony Davis to Los Angeles. So these games are always really intense. You always see a little bit of chippiness. What I love about the Pelicans is they do not bat down from anybody. It's a very young team, but they're always really kind of physical and very vocal with some of these older players. You saw Jose Alvarado and Chris Paul in the playoffs a couple years ago. It's that same thing with LeBron and AD, not the biggest like enforcer, right? He's not coming to his defense very much, and the Pelicans know that. They seem to be even more physical with Anthony Davis throughout these matchups, and it should be a really good one. The Lakers got off to a really bad start this season, as did the Pelicans, who had a 5-game losing streak not long ago. But both these teams kind of playing much better basketball recently, and the atmosphere is going to be really fun in Las Vegas. I would assume it's going to be like 95% Lakers fans, maybe a very, very small minority in there will be repping the Pels, but this is a game with stakes, not just because of the in-season tournament, but because the Lakers are one of your adversaries in the Western Conference. They sit at 13-9 right now. The Pelicans sit at 12-10. These are two teams that might be close to each other in the standings, and this game could hold weight for reasons besides the in-season tournament. So I'm hyped for this game. It's kind of a late tip, but it's always a lot of fun when Pelicans and Lakers get together.
Yeah, it is, because you just mentioned it. Like they take Anthony Davis from you. He was unruly here, to say the least, his last year. He made it very known that's where he wanted to go, and then everybody's like, oh, well, they robbed the Pelicans blind. They got the best player in that trade. But like you mentioned, Brandon Ingram in that trade, he is no slouch. Like he is an all-star type player. That's who he is. So I agree with you. It's one of those things where it's like, even if the NCAA tournament championship doesn't mean that much to you, a win over the Lakers for the in-season tournament championship does mean that much to you. And like you said, like you're not true traditional rivals, but there is some bad blood there. Like we mentioned, Anthony Davis did not leave on the best of terms. So yeah, I can totally understand how New Orleans is like, look, they took Anthony Davis from us. The media was on their side on that whole thing, but we got us a squad down here too, just as good, if not better than you. So I can understand why people are fired up for this matchup.
And real quick, the difference between Anthony Davis and Chris Paul, because I see a lot of like casual like Pelicans fans maybe here in Baton Rouge think that the fan base hates Chris Paul as much as they hate Anthony Davis, and it's not true, because exactly like Taylor broke down there, it's kind of the way that he left. Like that team was bad. Dell Demps is the worst general manager of a pro sports franchise that I have ever seen. I don't know how he kept the job that long, but it's the way AD did it, the way he tried to bully the Pelicans into trading him only to the Lakers, like was telling teams he would not re-sign with them, wanted to go play with LeBron, tried to do it that season in not the Pelicans' best interest, right? And, that's not even mentioning the T-shirts and the contradicting himself in interviews. It's just kind of the way he left and how he treated the franchise with very little respect. That's why fans are upset at Anthony Davis, not because he left. Fact that the pieces that the Pelicans got back ended up being pretty good, right? Brandon Ingram, who's been an all-star already, some draft picks, one of which turned into Trey Murphy. Like the Lakers won the championship, I guess, even though it's a Mickey Mouse ring and shouldn't be valid. They, I guess you could say, quote unquote, won the trade, but Brandon Ingram's still developing. Trey Murphy's still developing. That we're not going to know who really won this trade until a few years from now. But tonight would be maybe a good progress report, and it should be a really, really good, really entertaining matchup on TNT as well as True TV, Pelicans, and Lakers. Bally Sports cannot hurt us tonight. This game is not on Bally Sports. It is on national television.